welcome to the Everyday Theology Podcast. This is our series, Everyday Wisdom, and man, you're here again.
Again.
You've done a few episodes in chapter 6 so far with me, so thank you for doing that. It's been adequate.
Thank you.
I've had a decent time.
That's what I aspire to in life.
Doing that.
Yeah, mediocrity is my ceiling.
Yeah. So the first episode in chapter 6, we talked about generosity and giving, delivering yourself from the hunter's hand, and what that looks like. Then I did an episode by myself where I talked about saving. Go to the ant, it says. And then in the last episode, we talked about laziness, you sluggard. And today we're going to talk about the disaster of loving your sin. And to see that, we're going to look at Proverbs 6, verses 12 through 15, which says, "A vile person, a wicked man, is the one who walks with a perverse mouth, who winks with his eyes, who signals with his feet, who points with his fingers, who with perversity in his heart continually devises evil, who spreads contentions. Therefore his disaster will come suddenly. Instantly he will be broken, and there will be no healing." We've talked a lot on the podcast so far about the way of the wicked versus the way of the wise, the way of the righteous. But it says some unique things here. It says he winks with his eyes, he points with his fingers. I've done those, but I've never signaled with my feet.
Yeah.
What is this talking about here?
He's got little notes written on the bottoms of his shoes.
Yeah?
It's not that. So notice the progression. All right, here's a vile person. Here's what a wicked man looks like. It's one who, and then there's a bunch of those who phrases. Who walks with, who winks, who signals, who points, who with perversity, who spreads. So this wicked person is one who does these things, and it's encompassing everything. It's their words. It's what they see, winking with their eyes. It's what they're walking towards, signaling with their feet. It's what they're pointing to and drawing attention to. And then there's with perversity, there's this evil intent that's devising evil.
The inner man. Yeah,
that's spreading contention. So I think the winking of the eye tends to be a metaphor for deception of some kind. We still do that today, and if we make a joke and it's this facetious sort of thing, we kind of wink because to alert the person that it's a joke. So what the wicked does is they are from head to toe deceiving people into wickedness. Their whole life is revolving around that which is wicked, which is spreading contention. It's harming people. It's finding delight in their distress.
Yeah, I'm going to spend some more time on that in the next episode with Josh Awalt, because in verse 19 it says, "A false witness who breathes out lies, and one who spreads strife among brothers."
Which is what the Lord hates.
Yes.
Yeah.
So come back.
Yep.
Come back tomorrow. And so what we really see here in verse 15 then is just this sad reality. Therefore his disaster will come suddenly. Yep. Instantly he will be broken, and there will be no healing. And that's the truth of Scripture, is that it says repeatedly, you don't know when the Lord has set for your time on earth to be done. Life's like a mist. Yeah. It's like a vapor. I remember there was someone I was in youth group in high school with, and I remember him saying, because he would come to church and just kind of live however he wanted. And I was recently converted, and that really bothered me. I really, it's just really hard to see him be a different person. And he said once, he's like, well, when I just think I'm going to live however I want, and then when I'm about to die, then I'll turn to the Lord and cry out to Him for help.
Yeah.
In your experience, is that always a possibility?
It sometimes is not. Often is not a possibility.
Right.
So a lot of people die of brain aneurysms and heart attacks and car wrecks, things that are instantaneous that you don't have time to prepare. Some people do. My father passed away after battling cancer for 9 years. He had a 9-year runway to death. It was absolute, horror to see all of that. But what he did have was some time to deal with issues and relationships. So if someone gets those times, they can be a gift if you handle them well. But not everybody dies a slow death of some illness. Some die, maybe most die instantaneously.
Yes.
And that's a false hope that I'm just going to do whatever I want. And then at the very end, I'm going to call it to the Lord and he'll forgive me. That's not the God of the Bible that you're calling out to at that point. You have fabricated that God in your mind.
Yeah. And what's going to happen most often is exactly what it says here. His disaster will come suddenly. Instantly, he will be broken, and there will be no healing. So heed those warnings from Scripture. That makes me think of Sodom and Gomorrah in Genesis 18. And that whole account, you can read that. I mean, they were, the people of Sodom and Gomorrah were living however they wanted. They were in rejection to the Lord. They didn't care. And what did God do to Sodom and Gomorrah?
Yeah, he rains down hellfire and brimstone on them, and they die essentially in an instant.
Yeah.
And it's not the only time. That's a regular occurrence in Scripture. You think of Korah's rebellion in Exodus when they are in the wilderness, and I mean, it recorded later, but while they're in the wilderness, and they try to take out Moses, and the Lord just opens up the earth and swallows the families. So swift and immediate. Yeah.
And it's the same with the Lord's return when Jesus will come again in the twinkling of an eye. And no one knows the day or the hour. So, we haven't had an episode on the end times yet, but if anyone says they know when Jesus is coming back, they don't know.
They don't know.
Because no one knows.
Yep. If you buy a book where they give you a specific date, you can just throw that away because you wasted your money.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And if you wasted your money, see the last few episodes. Okay.
Yes.
Help you.
On wise spending.
So, sometimes
John,
problems.
Have hope. Someday you'll hit puberty, and your voice will change, and you'll grow a beard, and you'll sound like a man.
I just had to check, make sure I still had a beard. Like a night. Am I dreaming? I do want to go to Psalm 73 and really to see what Scripture will say is wise is turning to the Lord now. Today is the day of salvation. Don't put off to tomorrow thinking, I can just serve the Lord later. I can just worry about that another time. Serve Him now. Love Him now. Believe in Him today. And in Psalm 73, you have Asaph really just looking at the wicked that Proverbs 6 is talking about and seeing, man, they're just living the good life.
Yeah, it's going well for them.
And really almost this, he is lamenting this, man, your people are being destroyed. They're being betrayed, and the wicked have no problems. One, it's easy to think that.
Right.
But two, no one's life is a bed of roses.
It's just not true. Yeah.
We're just good at hiding our issues, and especially in our culture with social media. Yep. Which, by the way, follow us on Instagram and Facebook. I never remember to say that.
Everyday theology, not us personally.
Theology. Yeah, I'm not there.
Me either.
Everyday theology, and it's easy to just put up this false, just see everyone's kind of the best things about their life.
Yeah, the curated photos they put online.
Yeah. But there's a lot of issues. And then where does it, in Psalm 73, where does it turn?
It turns in verse 15, but more so, I think, in verse 17, because Asaph's struggle is I'm watching the wicked prosper, and it's genuinely bothersome to him that he's questioning what is God up to? How is it that he's blessing them? Is God not paying attention? But verse 17, until I came into the sanctuary of God, then I understood their end. Surely you set them on slippery places. You cause them to fall to destruction. How they become desolate in a moment. They are completely swept away by terrors. So he sees them from a distance. Man, they've got the good life, but it seems like the godly people are struggling. But then I sit down with the Lord and I see reality. I see truth that you do when you sit before God with Scripture. Then I came to understand, no, they're not prospering. God brings about their end swiftly, and it is utter destruction. And I am not to be envious of the wicked. I'm not to look at their life and go, wow, that would be nice. Because even if they have a good day or a good season, it ends with swift terror. That's not worth it.
Yeah, there's been times that we've seen a video of someone or something, and there was one time Kristen, I can't remember who it was. Kristen said, and that makes me sad. I was like, what? What makes you sad? And she's like, that's as good as their eternity will be, this life. Yeah. And so really, I think she's just more compassionate than I am and thinks about those things. But yeah, that reality shouldn't lead us to covet or be discontent, but to have compassion. And so let the Lord continue to work in your heart in that way.
Exactly. And
this should be the posture of the believer. I just want to read the end of Psalm 73 before we're done. Verse 25 says, whom have I in heaven but you? And besides you, I desire nothing on earth. My flesh and my heart fail, but God is the rock of my heart and my portion forever. For behold, those who are far from you will perish. You have destroyed everyone who is unfaithful to you. But as for me, the nearness of God is my good. I have set Lord Yahweh as my refuge, that I may recount all your works. Thank you, Ian.
You bet.
And thank you for watching or listening, and we will see you for the next episode of Everyday Wisdom.